Sorry about that, guys. My stepmother came in. She wanted my charger. She wanted the charger, right? Alright, if you think Anakin would have been number one, yes. And Anakin that went to the dark side, he would have been the most powerful Jedi. Either the most powerful Jedi, or he would have been equal with Luke and Yoda. Anakin would have been Yoda's equal, or maybe he would have surpassed Yoda. So Anakin has a higher midichlorian count than Yoda, but Anakin, the problem with Anakin, his abilities make him arrogant. And Anakin's not that smart of a fighter. He's very aggressive. He doesn't really think well. That can hinder his power levels. Whereas Yoda's a very smart fighter. Obi-Wan's a very smart fighter. Jim Sarah. That's why Anakin there's context with Anakin. Even though Anakin has the highest potential, his arrogance can make him his abilities. It can lower his abilities, obviously. Yeah. I think that's a good answer why Yoda couldn't beat Palpatine, because Palpatine was more tapped into the dark side, and Yoda fought Palpatine on a moving stage, so he was at a disadvantage when he fought Palpatine. Whereas Mace Windu, when you fought Palpatine, they were on a steady ground, and Palpatine was not as tapped into the dark side when he fought Mace Windu. Let me ask you this question, guys. If Mace Windu fought Palpatine on a moving stage, how would he have done against Palpatine? I don't think he would have done too well. Can Mace Windu dodge all those stages that Palpatine was throwing at Yoda? Yeah, Yoda was able to dodge all that. And what advantage Yoda has over Palpatine, over Mace Windu? He's better with the Force. He has a small stature. So it's easy for him to dodge those stages. Whereas for Mace Windu, because he's a bigger guy, it would have been harder for him to dodge those stages. I don't know if Mace Windu could have dodged those stages that were thrown on him. I don't know what Nizu thinks about that. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. But would Mace Windu have done well against Palpatine had he fought Palpatine on a moving stage? I don't think he would have done as well, man. Because Mace Windu's not as strong with the Force the way Yoda is. Yoda is very, very powerful with the Force. Mace Windu, his Force abilities are okay, but they're not as good as Yoda's, obviously. Yeah. Sorry. This food's really good. Is this your dinner, Ivan? Yeah, this is my dinner. I had one big plate of leftovers, right? Yeah. Oh, I've worked more than these. I only work once a week now, though. I get my one day over with, and then I get the rest of the week off. But welfare has not contacted me yet. Yeah, man. Guys, Neotus's Vader episode 2 is coming out this year, guys. So I recommend all you guys watch his fandom when it gets released. He already released a trailer. Neotus's Vader episode 2 fandom is coming out this year, guys. So you guys should stay tuned for that. It's fandom. $1 million project, yeah. If you guys want to support him, go on Star Wars Theory and support his lightsaber company, theorysabers.com. You're welcome, Needs. I'm growing your brand. That's what nice I am, right? Yeah. Thank you, Ivan. Yeah, you're welcome. Actually, know I'm a nice guy. Yeah. I'm full. Yeah, right. Anakin's more powerful than Yoda. And how come Yoda said you face Anakin, you cannot be powerful? Because Anakin was not at his full potential yet. Yeah. Anakin's the most powerful Jedi in terms of his potential, but his arrogance can lower his abilities in his lightsaber duels. Because Anakin's not that smart of a fighter. He's a stupid fighter. He doesn't think well. He's a stupid fighter. Yeah, as you guys saw in the movies, right? He's an aggressive fighter, and he's arrogant. And his arrogance can lower his power levels. But in terms of potential, Anakin's number one. But there's context to that, obviously, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. If Yoda's more powerful than Mace Windu, how come he lost to Palpatine, but Mace Windu beat him? Yeah, I told you my answer. Mace Windu, when he fought Palpatine or Sidious, he fought him on a steady ground, obviously. And Palpatine was not as tapped into the dark side as he was when he fought Yoda. Because Palpatine was more tapped into the dark side when he fought Yoda, he was more aggressive on Yoda. And Yoda fought Palpatine on a moving stage, so he was at a disadvantage, whereas Mace Windu fought Palpatine on a steady ground. That's why Mace Windu was able to beat Palpatine. And Palpatine was not as tapped into the dark side compared to when he fought Yoda. He was more aggressive with Yoda than Palpatine. Yeah. Is Mace Windu very powerful? Yeah, Mace Windu is up there too. He's one of the most powerful Jedi ever, but he's not on Yoda's level. Yoda surpasses Mace Windu. Lightsaber duels are kind of like equal Mace Windu and Yoda in a way. You can argue, but for the Force, Yoda is much more skilled with the Force than Mace Windu, obviously, right? Mace Windu's not the greatest with the Force. And that's why I don't believe Mace Windu would have done well against Palpatine had he fought him on a moving stage. Like, I don't know what needed to things, but if had Palpatine thrown all those stages at Mace Windu, would Mace Windu have been able to dodge all that? I don't know, man. Because Mace Windu's not as strong with the Force compared to Yoda. Now you know Yoda's powerful, man. Like the way Palpatine was just taking all those stages and throwing it at Yoda. Yoda dodged all of it, man. And in the end, he slipped a little bit, but he dodged it all, like with ease. He dodged it, yeah. That's how you know Yoda's very powerful. And he took the huge stage and he threw it right back at Palpatine. That's how you know Yoda's very powerful. And he was stopping Palpatine's lightning with his own hands, man. Whereas Mace Windu had to stop it with his lightsaber. I don't think Mace Windu has the ability to stop it with his hands. Yoda stopped it with his own hands. The Force lightning projected towards him. Yeah, Yoda stopped it with his hands, man. That's how you know Yoda is a beast. And Palpatine feared Yoda. He was going to leave, yeah. He feared him. In the beginning, he electrocutes him. He goes flying, and Yoda is like, "Not if I have anything to say about it." Hiya! No, saying Palpatine went flying. That was fucking no. And Palpatine had that fear. Fuck, man, Yoda's a beast. Yeah, he is. Took out those guards, no problem, with a wipe of his hands. And Palpatine was scared to fight Yoda, obviously. That's why he wanted to leave. Because he knew Yoda's very powerful. That's why he went, obviously. And one reason why you know Yoda's more powerful than Mace Windu, Palpatine feared Yoda. He was going to leave, run away like a coward. And he had to be more aggressive with Yoda. Otherwise, if he's not as aggressive with Yoda, Yoda could have beaten him, obviously. But Palpatine and Yoda are pretty much kind of equal in power, right? They're like equal in power. Mace Windu and Yoda are pretty much equal in power too, but Yoda is obviously more powerful than Mace Windu, obviously. Obviously, right? He's more powerful than Mace Windu, Yoda. So, Sarah. This will move on, guys. I'll talk maybe another 20 minutes, I'm done. It'll be a 35-minute video, I'm done. I didn't see my part 1 yet. I'll watch part 1 maybe tomorrow. In the morning, maybe. Yeah, tomorrow after dinners, I'll just watch my part 1. When I arrive back home, I'll watch part 1. I didn't see part 1 today yet. Yeah. I'm here seriously with us as I am. Very serious. Ivan, is Luke more powerful than Yoda? It's debatable. You can argue Luke is the most powerful Jedi, or you can argue Yoda's number one, or you argue they're tied. I think they're like equal in power. Like Luke in his prime, like Last Jedi, he's equal with Yoda pretty much, right? But there's some people who say Luke's the most powerful. There's some people who say Yoda's the most powerful. It's debatable. I think it's like a back and forth. There's context to that answer, obviously. Luke in his prime, like in Last Jedi in his older years, is equal in power to Yoda. It's very powerful, Luke. But Yoda's also very powerful too, so it's debatable, obviously, right? Yeah. News Ivan, you know your shit, man. That's a good answer to why Yoda lost to Palpatine and Mace Windu would beat him. Yeah. Mace Windu fought Palpatine on a steady ground, and Palpatine was not as tapped into the dark side when he fought Mace Windu. As you can clearly see in the movie, right? When he fought Yoda, he was completely evil, man. He was an evil man. The way he was like taking the sage, like, you know what I'm saying? He's just like taking all the sage and throwing it at him. Yeah, he was tapped more into the dark side when he fought Yoda. Because when he fought Mace Windu, he was more calm and relaxed and composed, right? Yeah. Obviously, Mace Windu is almost as powerful as Yoda, but he's not on Yoda's level, man. Yoda far surpasses him with the Force. Lightsabers are kind of equal in a way, but even Yoda's a better lightsaber duelist than Mace Windu. He's very fast, Yoda, with his spin moves and everything. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, who's your favorite Star Wars character? I like Anakin. Anakin's my favorite character. Anakin is pretty much the main character. It's his story, right? Star Wars is pretty much about it's Anakin's story, obviously. Anakin's my favorite character. I like Anakin. Yeah. Why do you think the Jedi Council does not grant Anakin the rank of Master? I think one, Anakin is a stubborn, arrogant Jedi. He doesn't listen. He's arrogant, hence why he wasn't ready yet. And I believe the Council was obviously a bit jealous of Anakin because he had the highest midichlorian count. They all knew he had the highest midichlorian count. The Council might have been a bit jealous of Anakin. That's why they granted the rank of Master. As there's proof that some of the Jedi are jealous of Anakin. As Anakin said in Attack of the Clones to Obi-Wan, he's jealous, he's holding me back. And the Council held Anakin back. They didn't let him. He wasn't. You're a Jedi Knight, Anakin, but you're not. You don't have the rank of Master. Yeah, they're jealous. Obviously, a bit jealous of Anakin. Obviously, as Anakin said, Obi-Wan, he's jealous. He's holding me back. The Council held Anakin back, obviously, and because of that stupidity, he went to Palpatine, which was a wrong move, obviously. He could have went to the Council about his problems. Anakin did go to the Council about his problems, like about his mother dying and everything. But like Yoda and them didn't really help him out. They just said like let go of your feelings. That's all they said. They didn't really help Anakin out. That's why Anakin went to Palpatine, which was a mistake. Palpatine's evil. He doesn't care about Padme. He manipulated Anakin's mind, man. Yeah, if you become a Sith, you unlock all your powers. You can save Padme. But Palpatine never really cared about Padme. And so in the end, he's like, by your anger, you killed her. He didn't care, Palpatine. He's evil, Palpatine. He's a devil. Yeah, man. He's a devil, Palpatine. He's evil. Yeah. Some Sarah. Yeah, almost done here, guys. I'll talk for 50 minutes. I'm done. It's a short video. I'll take a shower after this, maybe. I already showered the pool, but I don't take a shower. You know. Are the Jedi more powerful than the Sith? Yes, they are. The Jedi are more powerful than the Sith, obviously. Alright, how do you know that? Well, Force Awakens. Sorry, Rise of Skywalker. Palpatine said, "I am all the Sith," and Rey said, "I am all the Jedi," and the Jedi won. That's how you know the Jedi are more powerful than the Sith. Obviously, the Jedi are more powerful than the Sith. There you go. Remember in the end of Rise of Skywalker when you heard the voices of Anakin, Mace Windu, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Yoda. You know what I'm saying? You heard the voices of all the Jedi. You heard Anakin. He's like, "Bring balance like I did, Rey," or something like that. Yeah, so you know the Jedi are more powerful than the Sith, obviously. But Anakin Skywalker is the only Sith Jedi that actually has some. Anakin always has some good in him. That's how you know even though he went to the dark side, he went to the dark side for love, and he always had some good in him, Anakin. That's why Luke was able to bring him back to the light side. So Anakin always had that good in him, obviously. Even though he was wicked and he was evil, he did some evil things. There was always good in him, obviously. As Luke said, there's good in you, Father, and there is good in Anakin, as he did bring balance to the Force, but he did unspeakable acts, obviously, as Vader. He was evil as Vader, obviously, but he had some good in him, obviously. He had some good, obviously. As he had sympathy towards Luke when the Emperor or Palpatine was electrocuting him, obviously, with Force lightning. Yeah, he had sympathy towards his son. Obviously, you know, Anakin always had good in him, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Padme's like, there's good in him, Obi-Wan. Yeah, once she dies, before she dies after birth, there's good in him. Yeah, there is good in Anakin. She was right, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take a shower after this to kill time. Yeah. Put my clothes in the wash. My Dindy's clothes. I'll just put my Dindy's clothes and tomorrow I'll wash the rest of my clothes. Obviously. Because after tomorrow I'm off, right? I can just wash my clothes after my shift tomorrow at Dinty's. In the morning at 8 o'clock, right? Are you going again tomorrow? Yes, I am, guys. I'm going at 7 tomorrow. The pool place. What time to go to bed? I don't know, around 10:30 I'm going to bed. Sleep. I'm going to go sleep. Yeah. Yeah. There's some symbolism with Takis to Anakin. Yeah, there is. Takis is obsessed with Lithia. He has an obsession with her. He's blinded by his obsession for Lithia. Obviously, and Takis is also an arrogant prince too. Obviously, he's arrogant and cocky when you read the book. Obviously, as you guys read, right? He's an arrogant, cocky prince. Yeah, just like Anakin's very arrogant. He's very cocky too. He's stubborn. He doesn't listen too. That's why he wasn't granted the rank of master, because the council knew Anakin's not ready yet. He's stubborn. He's arrogant. He needs to learn a little bit before he can be ranked master. And I believe they're also a bit jealous of Anakin, because Anakin has the highest midichlorian count. That's probably why they're a bit jealous of the council, obviously, of Anakin. That's proof in Attack of the Clones when Anakin said, "Obi-Wan, he's jealous. He's holding me back." Like, duh, yeah. Obi-Wan and the council obviously had a bit of jealousy towards Anakin, because Anakin had the highest midichlorian count, even surpassing Yoda, which means he has the highest potential, obviously. Highest potential, but I told you there's context. Anakin's stupidity and his arrogance and his stubbornness can hinder his power levels. He's not a smart fighter. So there's context with the Anakin power levels, right? I agree with you there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know your shit. I know my shit here too, so I know my shit. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a shower. I'll take a quick, like, 7 shower after this. Ivan, can Luke take Snoke? And yeah, I think Luke can take Snoke. Luke can easily beat Snoke. Well, no, it'd be a very good fight, but Luke can take out Snoke, and Yoda can take out Snoke too. Snoke is not as powerful as like Palpatine, right? He's a powerful Jedi, but he's not as powerful as like Palpatine and all those guys. But we never got to see Snoke in a lightsaber duel in the sequels, which really pisses me off. Instead of bringing Palpatine back, you should have had Snoke be the main villain, and Snoke and Kylo Ren be the main villain in Rise of Skywalker. Because Rian Johnson killed him off, J.J. Abrams had to make some changes. I was like, okay, Snoke is killed off. How can we end this off with a bang? Bring Palpatine back, but then now you have contradictions going on. How the fuck did Palpatine come back? And you have Rey be the granddaughter of Palpatine. Like, the whole thing's a mess, man. That's why, yeah, Disney fucked up Star Wars, obviously. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know your shit. Yeah, I know my shit, man. I know a little bit about Star Wars. I know a little bit about Star Wars, yeah. I grew up with the prequels, right? Yeah. I'm only 2 years younger than Neatus, so I grew up with the prequels. Obviously. Whereas the sequels is a Gen Z's, obviously. I didn't grow up with the sequels. By the time I watched the sequels, I was already in my mid-20s. But the prequels, I was a kid when it came out, right? I was a young kid when it came out. I saw Revenge on Theaters when I was like 13. So I grew up with the prequels. Like Neatus did, right? Yeah. The millennials grew up with the prequels, right? And the Gen Xers and the baby boomers, they grew up with the originals. Well, I'm not old enough to remember when the originals came out. I wasn't even born yet. I was alive as God, as in spirit in space, but as a human being born in time, I wasn't alive. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So Ivan, who's the most powerful Jedi? Seriously, Ivan, it's between Luke and Yoda. I know for a fact that the most powerful Jedi ever is Luke Skywalker and Yoda. Those are like the top two. And the most powerful Sith ever is obviously Darth Vader. He's number one. And Luke and Yoda are kind of like, they're pretty much equal in power. Luke in his prime. Luke in Return of the Jedi is not as powerful as Yoda, but like later on in his prime, and like Last Jedi when he's older, he's equal in power to Yoda. As Luke was very powerful in Last Jedi, right? He force projected himself in the salt lakes, the salt's planet, and he was toying with Kylo Ren, toying with him. Could have killed him if he wanted to, but he didn't. Because Luke obviously has a love towards his nephew, obviously. Kylo Ren is family, even though he went to the dark side. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to kill Kylo Ren because that's not the Jedi way. The Jedi only kill when they have to. When they don't have to kill, they don't kill. The Jedi's duty is to protect. It's not to kill. Whereas the Sith, their duty is to kill. Give in to their anger and kill and destroy their opponent. The Jedi are meant to protect. They're not meant to kill. That's why Jedis rarely kill. Only when they have to. Like, clones not stuff they can kill, and droids they can kill those guys, but like human beings or like aliens on stuff, if they don't have to kill them, they're not supposed to kill them. That's why Obi-Wan couldn't kill Anakin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not the Jedi way. And Anakin wasn't supposed to kill Count Dooku, but Palpatine set the whole thing up for Anakin to be his next apprentice. That's why he said kill him, and Anakin's like, that's not the Jedi way. But Palpatine manipulated his mind, obviously, by having him kill Count Dooku. Yeah. Why do Jedi kill? Yeah, Jedi kill too, obviously, but only when they have to. They have no choice if they have to. There's context, obviously, but if they don't, if there's an opportunity for the other guy to live, they don't kill them. because that's not the Jedi way. But there is context. Sometimes they do kill, as Obi-Wan killed Darth Maul. But there's context. Obi-Wan killed Darth Maul because Darth Maul was going to kill Obi-Wan, and he killed Qui-Gon, so Obi-Wan had to end him, obviously. See what I'm saying? Yoda could have easily killed Count Dooku, yet he didn't when he was toying with Count Dooku when they fought. You guys see Attack of the Clones? Yoda was toying with Count Dooku. He could have easily killed him when he was like jumping up. Could have easily killed him if he wanted to, but he didn't, obviously. That's not the Jedi way. Obviously. Yeah. The Jedi's duty is to protect and serve. Whereas the Sith, their duty is to kill, obviously. Because they're evil, obviously, the Sith, right? Yeah, I'll take a shot of this, guys. Kill some time, right? I also want to charge my phone. My phone battery's low. Yeah. Almost on there, guys. Ivan, what if Obi-Wan fought Sidious? Sidious would have owned him. Sidious would have killed him. Obi-Wan's not powerful enough to face Sidious. Sidious is too powerful. Palpatine's way too powerful, man. See the way he was taking all the stages and throwing at Yoda? Yeah, Obi-Wan would have lost. He would have died, man, had he fought Palpatine. There's a reason why Yoda said you're not powerful enough to face him, Obi-Wan. Yeah. Yoda knew who was powerful enough to face him, but Obi-Wan was not powerful enough to face Palpatine. As Obi-Wan would not be able to dodge all those stages. He wouldn't be able to dodge all that. He's not as powerful as Yoda. That's why he fought Anakin. And to be fair, Anakin, when he fought Obi-Wan, he wasn't at his full potential yet. He wasn't at his full potential. That's why, and because of his arrogance and his stupidity, he lost Obi-Wan. Because he's not a smart fighter, Anakin. He's very stupid. He's stubborn, he's arrogant. His abilities make him arrogant. That's why he lost Obi-Wan. You underestimate my power. Don't try it. You underestimate my power. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's stupid, Anakin. He doesn't think about it. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, is Boba Fett powerful? Oh yeah, Boba Fett is very powerful. One of the most powerful, arguably the most powerful bounty hunter ever, right? He killed Jedi in Attack of the Clones. That's how you know Boba Fett's very, very powerful. And he gave Obi-Wan a run for his money in Attack of the Clones. That's how you know Boba Fett's very powerful, obviously. Very powerful bounty hunter. He killed some Jedi in Attack of the Clones, right? That's how you know he's very powerful, Boba Fett. Yeah. Very powerful. Yeah. Yeah. Before I show this caviar, Ivan, in your book, is Tactius the most powerful? Yes. Tactius is the greatest swordsman in the land of Zays. As you guys read, young Tactius. Yeah, Tactius has already mastered the arts as an 8-year-old kid. And Tacitonius mastered the Zane arts too, but not like your son Tactius. You guys read. I'm now sick, I know. Your young Tactius, yeah. Your son Tactius has already mastered the arts as an 8-year-old boy. Tacitonius also, but not like Tactius. Obviously. So Tactius is the most powerful, most skilled swordsman in the land of Xenos. Then second behind him is Cassius, and then you have Maramis. Maramis and Cassius are pretty much equal in power, but they have two different fighting forms, right? Maramis is an archer, Cassius is a melee fighter with a sword. And fourth after that is Tacitonius. And you have the rest of the Zane army. Tacitonius is fourth place, as the third place is most powerful. Because Maramis and Cassius are pretty much equals. They're the ones who train the kids and train the army, right? But Tactius is number one. Ivan Why is number one. I don't want to spoil the story for you. So when you read Volume 3, I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. That's why I didn't show you Volume 3. I don't want to spoil the story for you. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. Looking at the greatest movie children have made, yeah. Greatest fan film for written. Yeah. Yeah. Who's the most powerful wolf? Aratet. Aratet and Faful are the most powerful wolves, obviously. And Ephesus is the most powerful bat. He's a king bat in the mountains. Aratet, Ephesus, and Faful are the most powerful animal demonic beings in the book when you read it. I don't want to spoil the story for you. And Tactius is number one. Tactius versus his father is also very powerful too. He's up there with Tactius the second. I don't want to spoil the story for you. You'll see when we read the book. Your book looks sick. My book is amazing. The greatest story ever told. There's a reason why the Gates will enjoy Van Ivan. They know you wrote a masterpiece, man. Saiyans is the greatest novel ever written. And it'll be the greatest movie ever made. Yeah, man. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Star Wars video from Ivan. Stay tuned for my video, my vlog tomorrow at the pool place. Episode 12, I believe, right? Yeah, episode 12. Episode 12. Stay tuned for that one. Anyways, this is video. I hope you enjoyed the show. Peace out, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this late night show from Ivan Amara. This night show from Ivan Amara. Peace out, guys. Don't hate him, son.